Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Jamie and Jamie. Some of you know me as Singing Mama. And we were going to have Bree on with us today, but she's not feeling good. And yeah, so how you doing, James?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Happy
today's a good day. Happy Mother's Day.
Day. So, we thought we were going to start doing, not we thought, we were trying to do a women's forum. Is that what we're doing?
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, I need to silence my phone.
No, you're good.
And we were gonna do them every other Sunday. And we're just gonna basically kind of like have girl talk. Is that basically what we're doing?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
that, and then just I think
Place.
also like how music has influenced us a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely has.
So I think, yeah, just kind of girl chat.
Girl chat. Okay. Sounds good. That's what I like. Okay, sorry. Okay. The daughter's getting all of her stuff ready for prom next week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's excited. Let's see. Is River gonna be going to prom? Or is he that age yet?
Not quite. Next year.
Next year. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So you are a mom of how many?
6 children.
6 children.
6.
That is a handful, yeah?
It is.
But
I
they're
have 3
awesome
boys
kids.
and 3 girls.
Oh, you have the mix of like perfect mix. 3 and 3.
Yep.
Very cool. We have 3 girls and 1 boy.
Oh.
So Maddox is kind of outnumbered a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah. He's like,
it's okay. He will learn very well how to treat women.
yes. He stays with you, hopefully. Happy Mother's Day to your wife, Dom, and to your mama. Peace, respect, love to everybody. Amen. So what, okay, let's start. Do you care if we start with you?
No, that's fine.
I'll ask questions, maybe?
Yes.
We didn't really go over what we were going to do, other than like the topic.
Right.
So what would you, who were the most influential women in your life? Like, obviously, mom.
Obviously, my mom is probably my number one.
Yeah.
She's who raised me. Oh, hi,
Susan. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh.
Maybe. You want to go eat some breakfast? You want to eat some breakfast? What are you doing? Oh, yeah? She's shaking her face.
Trying to wake up.
Bubble, get you some breakfast. Maddox, will you help her with some breakfast, please? Sorry.
He's so cute. No.
Yeah, she's going to be 7 next weekend.
Oh my gosh.
Next Sunday.
So crazy.
Yeah. It's super crazy. I can't believe it's been 7 years. Anyway, sorry.
They grow up so fast.
I know. So fast.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, my mom would probably be just number one. She's who raised me. She's who, you know, told me the goods and the bads and told me, you know, she was my, you know, she's the one that brought the Savior into my life. And if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be off on a road somewhere else that's not probably good.
Not Christ savvy at all.
Yeah, exactly. And she also brought music into my life because she is very, very musically talented. And so that's also a big, huge plus for me too.
Yeah, you guys both have beautiful voices too.
Thank you. I think it runs in the family.
I think so. I think I do believe that. So is there anybody else that like off the top of your head, or that you've been thinking about, or?
Honestly and truthfully, which is really, really weird. I don't think of this person very often, which I don't know why, but lately she's just been on my mind like so much. And that's my Grandma Betty on my pain side.
You had a Grandma Betty over there too?
Uh-huh.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So
awesome.
I don't know why, but she's been on my mind a lot lately. And
is she still around?
She's not. She died.
She passed.
Yeah, she passed away when I was about 12, 13-ish, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
So,
been a little minute.
It's been a minute, yeah. So, but I mean, I'd say all my grandmas have all been an influence in some way or another. We'd always have like a sleepover, you know, on both sides, you know, have the sleepovers. And
we usually sleep downstairs or upstairs in the living room.
Downstairs on the pull-out couch.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and the smell of their basement.
Yep.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I still remember it to this day.
Her whole house smelled like it.
It's been a while. Yeah. It's true. It's true. And it smelled like her Red Door perfume.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Yep.
Yep. I found it at a dollar store years ago.
Really?
Yeah, and I got like 5 of them. Like, this stuff's expensive. It's here. Yay!
Yeah, it is expensive.
Yeah. But yeah, it smelled exactly like grandma's. And yeah. So your grandma Payne.
My grandma Payne for sure.
Yeah. So what was the most thing that was influential for you? Like, what have you been thinking about?
Mostly just, I don't know, like she just keeps popping up in my head every once in a while, just like like I just got these blue glasses that are supposed to be, you know, the blue light.
Oh yeah.
The screen's not so bad for you. And they're like big and they're just like hers, like when she was alive. Awesome. And I'm like, huh, these remind me of Grandma Payne.
Well, that's cool.
So it's just, I mean, it's nothing like really big. It's just every once in a while she'll just pop in my head. Like she popped in my head this morning and I'm like, maybe I should go put flowers on her grave today, you know?
Yeah, maybe she's right there with you and she's like, I'm right here.
I'm here.
Hello. Well, that's cool.
And then I would have to say someone who's not related to me that was also very influential. She babysat me for years when I was little. Her name is Kathy. She just brought me in just like I was one of her own and just treated me like I was one of her own kids and just was super, super nice. And I had other babysitters that weren't that way, you know, that didn't treat me like their own, was very rude and mean. And
I'm the boss. You have to listen to me.
Exactly. And she just, sorry, River just came by.
You're fine.
And she just brought me in and just was like, you're like one of us. And it was just like, okay. So it's
very cool.
She's always had a special place in my heart also.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. How about you?
Well, I've had a few influential females. Your mom's always been up there with us. And I mean, you know, she is the identical twin of my mom. Yep. And so it's been, I mean, sometimes it was weird when I would get a phone call from her and I'd be like, oh, hi, Mom. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh, wait, that's not. Never mind. Sorry. And she would just laugh. It's okay, Jamie. You know, and I always thought it was interesting how she named you Jamie.
Mom. Hey, I'm on here, remember? You have to stay upstairs. You guys need to go upstairs for a minute. Sorry.
It's okay. Hey, I understand. I've got him here too. There you go, River.
Right? You need to go upstairs for a minute. I'll be done in a little bit. She did not want to go.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I get it.
I was trying to hide. It didn't work.
It did not. It usually does not.
Like they always hide you.
Yeah, I know. They're like the bloodhounds of the mom.
Seriously.
They're like, where is she?
I know she's here. I can smell her.
Yeah, like when they have those memes of the moms hiding in the closet eating chocolate or something. Mm-hmm. And then there's like a knock, knock, knock. Mom, what are you doing? When mom's in the bathroom eating chocolate or something.
Yes.
And then I think there was a commercial. Did you see that one ever? Where the mom's sitting in the bathroom and there's a knock at the door.
Oh, like in the tub? Like she's in the tub?
So. And she like imitates her husband.
Her dad.
Like,
yeah, the husband, yeah.
It's dad, get out of here or something.
Yes.
Yeah, so your mom has always been awesome. I mean, we had, like a still period or a stagnant period, I guess, where we didn't really talk very much. But then, it picks back up. But I think that kind of happens anyways with family, as you kind of don't see them after a while. It kind of gets stagnant for a minute, and you say hi every once in a while. I mean, even like with me and you.
Yeah.
I thought we were pretty close when we were little, and then we went through that stagnant period, and now I think that I actually think we're closer now than we were even when we were little.
I agree.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I mean, we're so similar in a lot of ways.
Crazy. It's so crazy.
And the fact that we both have the same name, which is much more ironic in a lot of ways.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, my cousin Jami. Because actually, what's funny is I have a cousin Jami on Chad's side too.
Oh, really?
And so it's Jami Jaramillo on that side.
Oh my god.
But she spells hers the same way you do. And so it's very, very interesting. But yeah, so also Anna's adopted mom has been an awesome influence in my life too. Just how she's been with Anna and everything. For those of you that don't know, which I'm sure none of you do, except for my family, Anna was my firstborn. I had her when I was 21, and I adopted her out. She was adopted by an awesome couple who didn't have any children, and her adopted mom had always wanted to be a mom, and it was like almost their 10th anniversary when I had Anna, and so she's 18 now, and so that was crazy. It's still crazy. She's going to be 19 this year, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
But, so she's graduating high school this year and be off in the world, I guess.
That's awesome.
What I always thought was amazing with that was they always called me Mama Jami. And I didn't know that until like maybe 10 years ago at the longest.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, and I started bawling when I heard that. I'm like, wait, what did you say? What did you call me? I'm like, what did you call me? She goes, Mama Jami. I'm like, where did that start? She goes, we've always called you Mama Jami. I'm like, aww. Really? Hi, thank you. That's so sweet. So yeah, but she looks just like I did when I was 17, 18. So she's crazy. Don't put it up there right now, please. Too noisy. Thank you. And so it was that was amazing. And then, because growing up the way that we did in the LDS church, it was just like, when I had my patriarchal blessing, I never mentioned anything about kids. And so I never thought I was going to have kids. And so, because both my sisters said stuff about theirs.
Oh, gotcha.
You would have kids and blah, 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 blah. You know your husband when you see them, blah, 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 and all that stuff. And in the LDS religion, when you get the patriarchal blessing, it's kind of like, almost like a fortune telling thing in a way, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
where they tell you what your gifts are, and I do remember it saying one thing about children, and it said that be nice to little children, for they will look up to you one day. But I was like, so I'll be a teacher.
I'll be something.
And I was a lot of times in the primary as a teacher. And so I'm like, yay. So honestly, I didn't think I was ever gonna have kids because of that.
Gotcha.
And then I got pregnant with Anna, and I was so excited that I could actually, because with me and my first husband, we didn't get pregnant, nothing. And I'm glad with that one. Yeah. But yeah, and then I, found out I could. And, not that even I didn't ever get tested or anything to even see if I was fertile or anything. I just assumed.
Right. We all just assume.
Yeah, we had just assumed that PAB means everything kind of a thing.
Right.
And PAB equals patriarchal blessing, if anybody's wondering. But, I just assumed that I wasn't going to have kids and that I would just be a teacher or whatever. And I guess I was cool with that. But then after finding out and being pregnant and all this other stuff, it was an extremely amazing experience. Mm-hmm. And the hardest thing I ever had to do was give her to them. But in a way, I knew that she would be taken care of and be well and all that stuff. And but yeah, she's a beautiful, beautiful person, and she's amazing. And my other kids follow that, and so it's been an awesome experience to be a mom and to be around the other women. Like during that time, my brother-in-law's mom was amazing. Terry, she was freaking awesome during that time. She was always so comforting and very accepting in everything. So she was awesome.
That's
she still is awesome. I'm sure I haven't talked to her for a while, but she's always on my mind too. She was always very supportive and everything.
That's so neat.
Didn't know I was gonna cry. Sorry.
You're okay. It's normally me. I'm usually the ball baby.
Oh no, I've been called a ball baby my whole life, so we are also connected in that way. But are you seeing any other comments? Because I haven't seen any. Sometimes my size freeze. Come on, people, talk to us. It's okay.
Yeah, I just seen Dom's.
That's it. Thank you, Dom.
Thanks, Dom.
But yeah, then there's always, there's always good influences in some ways through some other people. And you learn how not to act as well from other people.
Yes.
And like my stepmom, I always considered her, my mom, as well as my other mom figures in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And she was always when I would go to for advice and I always called her mom. And I called her this morning and talked to her for a little bit, and we just had a good little conversation, and and she's been with my dad now for 33 years almost.
Oh wow.
33 years. So they've been together for a minute.
I have children again.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. All these children are coming in. Yeah, speaking of stepmoms, I have my stepmom that I've had forever. And
how long have her and your dad been married? They've been married for a while.
Since I was a baby. So
yeah, almost what, like 35 years?
At least 35.
Have they been together that long?
At least. I would say 35 to 34, right around there.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah. And I would have to say that with her, I'd say when I was little, it was really rocky.
Yeah.
I always just felt like.
Did she have older kids than you?
So she has. So I have a stepbrother, or half, I guess it would be a half brother and a half sister.
So with your dad and her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
And I'd always feel like she would favor them over us.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
And so I'd always not like to go there because of that.
Yeah.
And now that I'm older, granted, we don't see him a ton, but when we do, we talk a lot better now. We communicate better now. And so I think, I don't know if being a mom changed that with me, to where, we can communicate better than what we did when I was younger.
Yeah, I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. Because as we mature, I mean, we still have the pains from the past, but I don't think at least with some people can't get over it, and that's sad for them. But I know that me and Bree are definitely the closest out of between me and everybody else. I'm closest with Bree in our full biologicals, or even my half siblings or my step siblings,
right?
Because we have the his, mine, and ours thing too. My dad has 11 children. My mom has 6. And so altogether there's 12 with the his, mine, and ours. So we have twice as much.
That is crazy.
as you, right? And there was at one point, when we were all living at my dad's, I think we were all there at one point. 11 of us. No, Josh wasn't there very much. But when we'd be there for family pictures or whatever, there'd be, the 11 kids and my parents. And so it was.
That's just so, oh my gosh.
Isn't it crazy?
That is so crazy.
Yeah. And what's funny is that on my step's side, there was 10 kids. So 10 uncles and aunts.
Oh.
So Mare had 9 siblings from her parents, and her parents just passed away this year and last year. Grandma just passed away within the last little bit, and then Grandpa was a few months before that, I think, or something. I don't remember exactly, but they were in their 90s, and they'd been married for 60, 70 years or something.
That's so awesome.
Right? And they said the secret to that was holding hands.
I could totally see that.
They were always holding hands. And I never saw him raise his voice to her. I never saw him. I mean, sometimes he would have a little attitude with her, but I think it was, maybe he was on his period that day. I don't know. But it wasn't ever disrespectful. I always saw him being respectful to her, and and I didn't see him much in the last few years, but and even with Grandma and Grandpa, our Grandma and Grandpa, I never saw Grandpa be disrespectful to Grandma.
Yeah, never.
If they had to have a serious conversation, I would think they would just take it in the other room or something, because I never even saw them argue about anything. Right. I mean, I'm sure their kids did, but I never saw them. Dad. I always say dad about Grandpa because
I do the same thing.
Because your mom and my mom always say dad did this and this and this.
Yes. Same with Grandma too. She would call her mom, and so I would always say, Mom. I mean, Grandma.
And so they are a mom, but they should be grandmom.
Right.
But my throat's dry, sorry. And so it was always interesting because he was always more stern than Grandma was, and Grandma was more soft spoken, but she would get her point across.
Yep.
And over Grandma and I became actually pen pals for a little bit. Yeah, I asked her if she would, and she goes, yeah, I can do that, Jane, whenever I have the time to sit down and write anything. I'm like, okay, because that would be awesome. Because I always wanted to be a pen pal with someone.
Yeah.
And then she actually did it. And so I think I have like 2 or 3 letters from her.
That's so cool.
But I found one the other day and I put it up on my wall in my room. And it was a birthday card, and then there was like a letter with it or something. And so it was really cool. But I sat down once with her and I asked her about her mom, because that's who I was named after, my middle name. And I guess she went through a lot of the same stuff I did with the adoption and the everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you know that?
No.
That she adopted out a baby when she was about 21.
Oh, wow.
Or she was between 18 and 21. I think it was when she was 21. But I could be wrong. But it was just interesting how, and it was a baby girl. And it was just really like how much I was like her, and I didn't really even know her. Like
That's so crazy.
she used to smoke and stuff, and she wasn't like that strong in the church, and and that kind of stuff. And I've had my leeways from things, and things that I've done, and it's just been it was really cool to learn that. And then about how I was named after her. And then how does that kind of makes me think sometimes if you're named after someone, if some of their characteristics get like implanted into you or something.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand that. I mean, look at us.
Right? You were literally named after me because I was born first. But I don't know if you were like named after me.
But we have so much similarities.
We do. Like even in our face structures. Can you tell like our noses are extremely similar? Our strong cheekbones right here, our cheeky things right here, our foreheads. I have a mole like right here in the middle. And yours is like right here. Do you have a mole by your chin or on your chin somewhere?
I just have one right here.
It's like your mom's almost.
It's just right here.
Yeah, see, I have one right here, and I have one that just came up.
Clear over here.
I have one over here. We are a Molly family.
We are a very Molly family. That is so true. We are the Holy Mollies.
The Holy Mollies. Instead of the Holy Rollers, we're the Holy Rollers. And we ain't talking teeth. But yeah, it's been, there's been a lot of positive influential people in my life, like my friends' moms and stuff. My friends Laura and Jenny, they were, you got like 4 live streams going. How you have 4 live streams going? Actually, I have 8, but those are all different. What are they called? Profiles, I guess. Through StreamYard, you can get up to 8.
Oh wow, that's very cool.
Different profiles to post on. You don't want to miss anywhere,
right?
Because people go on Facebook, people go on different pages.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is amazing. He is amazing, Chris.
Yes, very much so.
And so yeah, I've just like my friends Laura and Jenny, their mom was always awesome. Sheila, they just lived a couple houses down from my dad's in Layton. And and I would go over there like all the time. I don't know. Unemployment? Those StreamYard let you? I don't think that's a thing. But Sheila was always amazing. She would like I would go over and help them with chores, and she's like, I think she let me call her mom.
Oh my God.
So I did. Because it felt weird. Like sometimes I'd be like Miss Terry or whatever, Mrs. Terry, but or Sister Terry or whatever. But it was just weird calling her that, so I was just calling her mom. Wow, and now you're blocked, bud. I appreciate you. Have a great day.
Yeah.
It's a freaking Sunday, dude. Anyways, but yeah, it was just, yeah, she was just awesome. She was always so kind, and if they were getting in trouble, I'd just be like, I didn't do it.
Just give me some over here.
I didn't do it. I'll just be over here for a minute. I'll come back when you're not so upset. But it was really cool. And then my other friend Tamara across the street, her mom was really cool too. She was in the military, but she was very stern, but she was really cool too. And then our friends, the Moons, they were just like diagonal of us, like across the street, but like just a little bit over, like Tamara's, and then the Moons are right next door. And her name was Laura too, and they were really cool. Locked again, bud. He's just gonna go on all the platforms and start doing that. Oh, pariahs. They're so much fun.
So fun.
So much fun. Anyways, so those were a few of mine. And let's see, people in our ward and stuff that we had growing up. Like I had an awesome young women's leader. Her name is Hiroko.
Ooh, that's cool.
Hiroko Jolly. She was amazing. She actually bought my first wedding dress for me.
Really?
Yeah. Aww. With my first husband. She bought my wedding dress, and it was really pretty. And and I'll always remember that because she was just always awesome, and I still keep in touch with her on Facebook and stuff. So it's been pretty cool.
That is neat.
Her. And she is a singer too.
Is she?
And now she's a flight attendant.
Well, that works too.
Yeah, I always wanted to do that. Like growing up, I'm like, that would be so cool. Fun, huh? Yeah,
you could just fly everywhere.
I know, and you get free flying vouchers.
Yep,
and all that fun stuff. So it's like, I loved flying. Like when we would go on fly to California with my ex-stepdad.
Yeah.
We would fly over there, and I loved it.
I don't do planes.
Have you ever done a plane?
I did a plane in high school.
Did you?
So our choir that we were in went to San Francisco to go sing there. And I got vertigo really, really bad.
Oh, no.
And got super, super sick. Came home and was just like, Mom, I am just so sick. Like, I'm just spinning and nothing will stop. And so we had to go to the doctor, and that's when he told me. And so I still have it today. Like, if I do something too fast with my head, I'll be like,
oh, me too.
Oh, me too. Gosh, you guys, hold on. I started
getting that when I was 15. When did you start getting yours?
So it was when I was 17.
Okay.
16, 17.
Yeah, because I was right around 15. No, it was probably later. Because it was when I was living with my dad. So I was probably about the same time. I always thought it was 15, but I started living with him right at 15. So it was probably right around my 16th birthday. Because it was while we were at Lagoon when it first happened.
Really?
And I was on the carousel.
Oh.
And all of a sudden I was like, whoa, I cannot know.
Yep.
And ever since then, if I move my head too fast, it's just like,
Yeah.
My husband. Happy Mother's Day, baby. We love you and are grateful for all you do, baby. You're an amazing mama and wife. God bless you and our mom in heaven. Yeah, his mom passed away 4 years ago. She's an amazing mom. And all the moms out there, you're grateful and blessed.
That was
You're so beautiful. My beautiful light. May God bless you and protect you. Thanks, baby. That's what we do. We do the magabaya paya. And that's may God bless you and protect you always.
Oh, that's so cute.
And so I want to, if you don't mind, I did this thing for his mom because her birthday is coming up too. And do you care if I play it real quick?
No, go for it.
Pause it so it doesn't just start playing. Okay. Share the screen. Maybe. It was just really short, but
sweet though.
Yeah, she was an amazing mom. She was always there she only had boys. And so she would get, daughters when they would get married.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me that I was the daughter she always wanted. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, oh, dear. But I do miss her so.
You made Chad cry.
Yeah, he misses his mama. And I don't doubt it. She was amazing. And she's been, I think one of my most influential ones has been her. And I think about her all the time. And she would call Maddox her little corazon, like the Spanish heart.
Aww.
She did. And she would always make everybody feel special. Like she would, no matter who you were, like total strangers. Okay. She would, like we took her to California a couple times with us.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at Costco and we were walking out to the car and it was super hot where we were. And so we were trying to get to the car really fast. And we looked back and Lone's gone. And we're like,
where'd she go?
Where did she go? She's not that fast. But she'd stopped like at the doorway and was just talking to this lady with her little baby. And she was like, oh, she's so cute. She loved babies. She loved everybody. And she's just a really amazing person. And it was really hard when she passed. And but what was amazing about it, so her mom passed away back in like 2004, I want to say, 2002, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she loved robins. Okay. And so when his mom passed, it was winter. It was like January. And it was super cold outside. But we looked outside and there's like a big tree right out there. The tree was full of robins.
Oh
right?
My gosh.
And they were all looking at us. And then and then they flew away, like all of a sudden.
Oh my gosh.
She loved you so much. Thank you for taking care of her all the way. She passed. You and grateful. Thank you, baby. It was my pleasure. Yeah, we were up there the last, I want to say 3 weeks, but I don't know if it was that long. But she was in the hospital for a while, and then we took her home, and she was only home for like 4 days before she passed. But it was so weird because she like got all this energy and stuff.
That's what happens.
Yeah. And then like she was doing exercises. She was on barely any oxygen. The nurse person came and checked her out and stuff. And then she got a shingle on her back. And that I think is what toppled it. Like that was the last straw kind of thing. Because they say when you get a shingle, the pain is excruciating.
Mm-hmm.
And it can go straight to your brain kind of thing.
Right.
And it was so fast, and it just happened like basically overnight. She was calling for her mom and everything, and so I know Grandma Beth was there. Grandma Beth, and Grandma Betty, and it was, and then Grandma passed away 4 months later or 3 months later in April, right?
It was
because his mom died in January. His dad passed away just 2 months before that.
Wow.
And so it was super crazy on how close that was for one, but then she was just an amazing woman, and we'll never forget her, like ever.
Yeah.
You know how some people just kind of like go out of mind, like kind of like out of sight, out of mind.
Mm-hmm.
She'll never be out of sight, out of mind. She's just always been an amazing person.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful and amazing. Yeah. The roses, no, the robins in the tree. It was very cool. It was almost surreal. Because from that point on, we'd always see him in like January. And it was so weird because I don't remember ever seeing robins in January.
Me neither.
Yeah. And they would be like on the fence posts over by our apartments. And I'm just like, why? This is so weird. Why are there robins in the snow? And it was just weird. So do you have like a favorite mommy song?
I do.
Do you have it there with you? It looks like you were looking for something.
So, ever since I was little, whenever we would move, which we moved a lot, instead of speaking at like the ward, I would always sing because I didn't want to speak.
I understand.
So, this was always one that I would always sing because it was one that I knew. My mom, I don't know if she played it a lot or what, but it's called Mother, I Love You.
Yes.
But it's a very good one. And
gonna sing it?
Sure. Sure. Let me get it in my head.
Mother, I love you. Mother, I do.
That's it.
There you go. I'll go.
So it goes. Mother, I love you. Mother, I do. Father in heaven has sent me to you. When I am near you, I love to hear you singing so softly that you love me too. Mother, I love you. Mother, I do. I want to help you because I love you. I want to mind you. I want to find you happy and smiling because I love you. Mother, I love you. I love you. I do.
Yay!
I would always sing that one.
That's cool.
I don't know why, but that's always was my go-to song when I was little.
You're the mama's girl, that's why.
I am. Maybe you're a mama's girl.
You're like, you're always there to pick and say no matter what.
Yep.
And she has been, and that's awesome.
She has been my rock for
ever.
So many things and forever and ever.
Ever and ever. That's awesome. I think it's so cool that you guys have that relationship. I really do.
It's awesome. Like there's so many things that she has helped me with in my life that there's so many things I wish I could repay her, you know, in so many ways, and I never can. Like, it's just, I just had to be like, I love you. Like, thank you so much because I don't know what I would do without you.
Yeah. And it's really hard. I mean, even being a mom, you know, when you want to be there for your kids all the time. And, you know, it's they say it's the thankless job. But I think you really think about it, you know, when Heavenly Father, you know, he put moms here because he can't be here with us physically all the time. And, his job is kind of a thankless job too, in a lot of ways, because he's also the parent of all of us. Right. And, for those that don't have a, good relationship with their moms, it's very awesome to see those that do. And, I miss it. And I'm so thankful for your mom that she's been there for you guys. Because she's an amazing woman.
Mm-hmm.
And for Chad's mom, and how she always treated me like her own. And I love you too, babe. And like even when she was passing away and stuff, and like we didn't know that she was passing away yet, but she was just always so gracious and so sweet, and I'd like be doing her hair and doing her makeup, and and it was just something that I always wanted, and I'm grateful that I got to have it for even just a little bit. So it was really cool. Sorry.
You're okay.
But also being a mom, it's sometimes it's really hard.
Yeah.
When you feel like you're doing it alone.
Mm-hmm.
And because like when Chad will be at work or something, and I go to brief for a lot of stuff because she's available right there, kind of stuff, and when Chad's at work, it's really hard to be there alone when you're trying to come up with something for the kids to do, or convincing them to do their homework, or or when an argument breaks out or whatever. He's at the gym right now. Okay, baby. Sounds good. And and she always called me her daughter. She never called me like her daughter-in-law. So it was
so sweet.
She was such a sweetheart. And we can still feel her here. And like Chad will feel a hand on his back sometimes. Or like on his neck or something, and she always did that. And so it was always really cool to see her relationship with her boys too. Even like no matter what they ever did, she always just showed him love. I mean, yeah, she'd yell in his face if she's Italian. She would get in your face if she needed to. There's this comedian that says, "Do you know what the Italian mom's secret weapon is? The wooden spoon." and on my dad's side, we're Italian. And so I always laughed at that because I could totally see me do He talks about how his mom would be on the phone and she'd be like making spaghetti sauce or something, and the kids would be making noise, and she goes, "You guys, stop it." And then she'd be like, "Sorry, June." And the kids would be sitting there and like, "What just happened?" And the other one goes, "I don't know, but I got spaghetti all over my head." And he just talks about his mom and says that she's crazy and stuff, and it's just hilarious. And sometimes we have those moments where if you're not going to listen at all,
mm-hmm.
then you're choosing to have the monster come out.
Yes. Very much
and it's just sometimes the kids need more of that than the other, I guess, because they just don't want to listen.
Yep.
But yeah, do you care if I play a song that I love to sing for the kids? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, it's a mom song, but it's let me pull it up real quick and then I'll share it. did you want to talk about your, like, how did you feel when you first got pregnant with River?
Oh, well, for my first 2 pregnancies, they weren't my favorite.
No? Were you sick all the time?
No, I was tired all the time. I wasn't sick. It was more that I was being told what I could and couldn't eat.
Oh.
Being told that I couldn't eat that because that's not good for me. That's not good for the baby. It's not good to gain all this weight. And yada. And, you know.
Experience in that way was not the best.
Yeah. But no, he was a great, like all my pregnancies have been pretty much really, really easy.
That's
except
good.
For the only one I was super, super sick with was Peyton.
Mm-hmm.
I threw up a lot with her, and I had never ever done that before, like ever. I was always just super, super tired, and that was it.
Yeah.
But with her, I couldn't keep stuff down. Smells of stuff was just like would make me throw up, and I was just like, "What is this? I've never done this before."
I've never done this. But you know what? It was probably the hormones from him.
Yeah, and that's what my mom said.
Dad.
The different dad.
Yep.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah, because with Marissa, when I was pregnant with her, I got allergies, and I'd never had allergies before.
Really?
Yeah, I never had allergies, and I was like so stuffed and congested and all this stuff, and I was sneezing like crazy because it was during the springtime. There she is. Oh, my lovely Jamies. Happy Mother's Day to you both. I love you. Love you too.
Love you
too. Okay. Let me refresh it. Sometimes you have to like redo the things because I guess it's been a while since it's been played. But audio. I'm sure you know this song.
Oh, yep.
And then
very good song.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Baby mine, don't you cry. Baby mine, dry your eyes. Rest your head close to my heart, never to part, baby of mine. Little one, when you play, pay no heed what they say. Let your eyes sparkle and shine, never a tear, baby of mine. If they knew all about you, they'd end up loving you too. All those same people who scold you, what they'd give just for the right to hold you. From your head down to your toes, you're not much, goodness knows, but you're so precious to me, sweet as can be, oh baby of mine. Sweet baby of mine.
so beautiful.
Thank you. But I mean, do you ever really think though, like, I mean, if it weren't for your kids, you wouldn't be a mom, right? So I think it's a smart idea to love on our babies as much as possible. Because without them, we wouldn't be one.
Yeah.
And I think of the moment on, did you ever watch Glee?
I watched some of it.
Yeah. There was a moment where they recognize, you remember Finn on there when he actually passed away in real life?
Right.
Corey. And then they do like the episode where they're acknowledging it, you know, that he passed away and stuff. And his mom breaks down. And she goes, I don't know what to do anymore. You know, what am I? You know, I was a mom, and now what am I? You know, and they were just, I think they pointed out to her that she will always be his mom. You know, and that even if your children aren't there anymore, you're still
a mom.
No matter what. You're still a mom.
Yep.
Hey, love. Thank you, Bree. And happy Mommy Day to you too.
Yes, happy Mother's Day to you.
Love you, beautiful voice of an angel. Love the song. You, my love, are amazing. Thank you, baby. So, yeah, it's been so far so good.
So,
other than,
my very first Mother's Day. Before River, I actually had a miscarriage.
So he was your rainbow baby.
I do. So I was 3 months along, and we were actually just going to our, normal doctor's appointment, and they couldn't find the heartbeat. And so we had to have a DNC and everything. And just, it wasn't even that much. I'm trying to think of when it was. I want to say maybe a couple weeks before Mother's Day is what I want to say. And so when I went to Mother's, to the sacrament at that time when I was really involved in the church, my husband at that time,
love you too.
We love you. He was over the young men's, and one of his young men came and gave me the Mother's Day gift that they give to all the moms. And I just started sobbing. I was like, I'm not a mom yet, but
you are.
I was,
Yeah.
So.
I believe that even those babies that we have miscarried or whatever, I believe that we will see them again. I know it. Like, I don't think that Heavenly Father would take that away from us.
Yeah.
Because even with, and what we were, at least what I was taught, I don't know if you were taught the same thing, but even the babies that were in the flesh basically for a little bit, that's all they needed.
Yep.
And then they were back up with Heavenly Father because they were, that's all they needed to do to prove that they would follow his plan, kind of thing. And in a way that always comforted me in that aspect because, I'm glad I could have been your vessel for a minute.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take away the pain. It doesn't take away the feeling of loss at all.
Right.
But it gives me more comfort in that aspect of, of that. Okay. Where are you?
One day. Hi, Chad.
She says, hi, Chad.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
And her name's easy to remember because it's the same as mine. She just laughed. Yeah. So yeah, I totally get that. When me and Chad first got pregnant, 8 years ago. Yes, you were pregnant too. And 8 years ago, it was right before Maddox's birthday that we had an appointment and the baby stopped growing at 5 weeks and it was supposed to be 12 weeks. And I had to get the D&C thing, first ever surgery, that I had ever had. And so I was freaking out about that. But, and then we got pregnant with Maylee, like 7 months later, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was definitely an experience. It was weird. And they said that there was still like a lot of baby tissue in there, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because I'd already like flushed or whatever they call it. I don't want to go into too graphic details, but but I'd already, they're like, well, you can finish at home or you can, we can just go. So you already have it scheduled and everything, paid by insurance or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I've heard of a lot of the bad things that could happen if like all of it's not flushed out kind of thing.
Right.
And so I was like, yeah, I don't want to, have that possibility of infection or anything. And so I did go and get that done. But, it's just weird. Like the whole things that they have to do with that and everything is just weird. And, it really makes you think of the ones that choose to have that done, rather than, and it's saddening, and it kind of makes me think that I don't think they understand the whole aspect of everything.
I don't think they do either.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think if they would change their mind.
Oh, for sure.
Well, you would hope they would.
I would hope they would. And, it's just, each one has a different personality, but at the same time, they all are the same in personalities. And so it's, it's been an amazing experience to be a mom.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when we were teenagers. I didn't think I ever would be one. And so it was really awesome when I was one. I am one.
Yeah.
So do you think you guys will have any more?
Oh, no.
Or do you think you're done? Totally.
Done.
Finito.
You're done. No, Jetson was a oopsies.
Oh, he's so freaking cute. He's so freaking
fun.
Your mom is always like, he looks just like you and you're a lady. I'm like, well, that's awesome.
That way.
But you looked a lot like me too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we were both blonde haired.
Yeah.
You had blue eyes. You've always had blue eyes, but I have the green eyes.
Yep.
And so, does he have blue eyes or does he have green eyes?
He has blue. All my kids are baby blues.
That's awesome. So, wait. Well, your ex was blue eyed.
Mm-hmm. He was hazel.
Was he?
He was a greeny blue. Mm-hmm.
Was he? But he still blue.
Mm-hmm.
But so, what is Peyton and Jetson?
They're blue. Mm-hmm. Yep. Peyton and Jetson. Yep.
Yeah. And his eyes are blue?
Uh-huh.
Well, you're just a blue person.
We're just the blue.
We're just the blues.
We're just the blues over here. I just tell you a story. Oh my gosh. So last night, Jetson, my 18-month-old, Kate, he comes up to me and he's crouched down like this and he's looking at me like
this. Face.
And he's like hunched over a little bit and looking up and like that. And I was like, what? And I was just standing there in the kitchen like, what, bud?
Yeah.
And he turns around and walks around like this and walks away. And I was like, what are you doing?
Alrighty then.
Okay. And Adam totally missed it. And I just started laughing. I'm like, you just totally missed that. And he's like, well, what did he do? And I'm like, you have to see that one.
Yeah.
I can explain. It's not funny if I just explain it.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty comical because I could totally see it happening.
He is just a hoot and a half. Oh my God.
That's awesome.
He's so funny.
He's going to be fun as he gets bigger too.
Mm-hmm.
If he keeps that personality,
yes.
That's going to be amazing.
Yes, for sure.
Hopefully it doesn't change.
I hope not.
Hopefully it doesn't change. Because, man, kids can be freaking hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Like Maylee. Marissa, when she was little, she was funny too.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, and sometimes these kids, it's just, what? And sometimes they'll have speech impediments, and it's just freaking cute.
Mm-hmm.
And like Zoe, she had a lisp for a long time.
Oh.
And she still kind of has it. But like, I was trying to teach her how to say hospital because it was right before I was having Maylee.
Mm-hmm.
And she would go, hospital. Like, no, hospital. And she goes, hospital. And she'd be like, hospital, hospital, hospital. I'm like, no. I'm like, Zoe, calm down. I'm like, hospital. And she'd be like, hospital. I'm like, yeah, good job. High five. She would do the high five. And I have it recorded. And then she goes, I'm like, okay, say it again. Hospital. And she goes, hospital. I'm like, no. And so she's kind of grown out of it. She's 11 now. And so she's kind of grown out of the lisp, but she still has it just like a tiny bit.
Just a little.
Yeah, but when they're little, their lisps are freaking cute and hilarious.
Yes.
Because it's like you try to get them to say certain words and the lisp just gets in the way, and it's just like, that's adorable, but no, that's not how it's.
Yeah, so close.
It's pretty close. But I think a gift that moms have, like especially if they spend a lot of time with their kids, they're able to, is you basically become like the interpreter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Maylee would say something. That was one thing I couldn't figure out. Like I'd ask her if she needed to go potty when she was learning.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded like she's saying like, no, I already went. But it wasn't clear. And I even did a recording on Facebook about it. I'm like, does anybody else know what she's saying? Because I cannot figure it out. And so it was just like, it was so funny.
I agree with that though.
Yeah. And it's just.
If they're like around someone else and they say they're gibberish and they're like, what did they say? And you're like,
if they're like, oh, really?
Yeah. Or you
like,
just go, nod your head. And
yeah, Smile and nod.
Right?
Yeah.
Judson's like that right now. He'll just
jibber jabber.
It's so funny. He just like goes off in sentences like crazy, and I'm just like, you got somebody. Like I don't know what
like just jibber jabber.
Yeah. And then Adam will be like, you know what he just said? Like, nope. But I'm gonna sure I do.
Or when they're mad.
Right.
Yeah, that is so funny. Maylee has this book called Red, Red, Red. Have you heard it? It's from the Usborne books.
Okay.
That she's so she's still like doing the learning to read thing. And because she has a little bit of the dyslexia like I did when I was little and Chad did when he was little. And so, but she does that book really well. Like she does the voice, like the elevations and everything. Right. And it's a book about a little boy that has a temper tantrum because he's trying to get the biscuits off the shelf and he falls. And he knocks everything down and he's just so mad. And she does like the elevation of it and everything, and then the calm down of it, and it's about a mom who's trying to calm down her boy when he's so upset. And so
cute.
It's seriously really cute book. And thank you, Divinely Guided.
Thank you.
And well, I guess we're over time. It's been over an hour.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for joining me on this today.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
It's been really fun.
Yeah. And thanks so much for everybody that commented the positive things.
Yes, thank you.
And we hope that all of you mamas out there have a very happy Mother's Day.
Yes.
And God bless you. And how do we want to end this?
I don't know. I don't know how we were going to plan on it.
I didn't either. Brie was usually like the brains of all this part. So I'm just like, yeah, sure, let's do it. I'm along, and now here we are. So we just want to, just say thank you for everybody who participated and who are future watch this. Thank you so much for watching. And if your mom is still around and you guys, even if you don't have a good relationship with her, thank her for making you, because without her, you would not be here either.
Exactly.
And, you guys have a great day. And maybe I'll play one more song and it'll be the closing song, so to speak. Does that sound good? Okay.
Yes.
Do you have any requests at all? I have a song I kind of messed up on, and it's called Mother's Song. It's the What's Her Name song. You like that? The What's Her Name song?
The What's Her Name's.
The What's Her Name song. I know it's so like spot on what it is. It was a song Marissa wanted me to sing. I totally messed up the words on some of it, but I could totally play it. All right. I'm still looking for a hook. Down here more. It's a Carrie Underwood song. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we totally do not own the rights to the song by any means. But almost ready. It's not been played for a little while. So is there anything else you want to say before we head off here?
Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Yes.
Hope you have a fabulous, wonderful day.
For sure. It might take a minute. Sorry.
You're
okay. So is your mom at church right now?
She is, yep.
Does she play the organ every Sunday? Or every other Sunday or whenever it is?
She was playing there for a while because the lady, I think she fell or had surgery, and so she was playing for her.
Oh, okay.
So she doesn't usually play unless she's asked.
Unless she has asked to. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool. She does it so well.
She does.
Do you know how to play the piano?
Nope.
Do you know how to play the piano?
Nope.
Me neither. Another thing we have in common.
I tried. I learned for a minute, and then I was like, I'd rather go play with my friends.
Exactly. That's how I was. We really need to sit and talk more.
Really?
Yep. Okay, it's ready now. So I will go ahead and share that. You guys have a blessed day.
Yes.
And we love you
as well.
Yes. Okay, we'll see you guys later. Let me play this now. Okay.
Don't bite. Mama, you taught me to do the right things. Now you have to let your baby fly. I'm giving me everything I need to make it through this crazy thing called life. And I know you watch me grow up and only want best things for me. And I think I found the answer to your prayers. And he is good, so good. He treats your little girl like a real man should. He is good, so good. He makes promises he keeps. No, he's never gonna leave. So don't worry about me. Don't you worry about me. Mama, there's no way you'll ever lose me. And giving me away is not goodbye. As you watch me walk down my own future, I hope the tears of joy are in your eyes. 'Cause he is good, so good. And he treats your little girl like a real man should. He is good, so good. He makes promises he keeps. No, he's never gonna leave. So don't worry about me. Don't you worry about me. When I watch my baby grow up, I only want what's best for her. I hope she finds the answers to my prayers. I should say he is good, so good. And he treats you, little girl, like a real man should. He is good, so good. He makes promises he keeps. No, he's never gonna leave. So don't you worry about me. Don't you worry about me. Mama, don't you worry about me. Don't you worry about me.